Good morning, Campground and RV Park owners, operators, and managers. Brian Searle here, founder and CEO of Insider Perks. Really excited to be connecting with you guys daily in this one-on-one video format, doing our best to offer some practical tips, tricks, marketing advice, things that you can take to your campground and help increase your revenue, increase your camper nights, or just overall be more successful. So today we're going to talk about something a little boring, but something that's really, really critical as you go out there and continue to market your campground on the internet, social media, Google My Business, especially your websites, things of that nature. And what I'm talking about is copyright rules and regulations online. Many of you don't think about this. And when you do think about it, you're unsure of whether it applies to you or doesn't apply to you, or whether you can use this image or can't use this image. And there are a lot of regulations that surround this, both at the state and federal level, that serve to protect the people who originally created this copyrighted content. And it can end up coming back to bite you because there's a lot of software out there and companies that exist solely to scan the internet to find out if this copyrighted content is being used somewhere where it shouldn't be. We have seen and heard of cases that have cost parks and even KOA corporate at some point in time upwards of $10,000 to resolve copyright issue claims on behalf of franchisees or of individual campgrounds. And so this is definitely something that you need to take seriously as you move forward and attempt to market your campground. And so let's go over the basics here. When you're considering whether to use an image or not, the key tenets of it that you need to understand are that if it's not yours, don't use it unless you're 100% certain you have the rights to use it. That's it. There's no gray area. There's no middle ground. There's no not black and white. There's no maybe I can, maybe I can't. That's it. If you want to be 100% protected, there is no wiggle room. There has been situations where we have let go of clients, not in the campground industry, but we have let go of clients who have decided to move forward and open themselves up to this type of legal liability despite our best attempts to counsel them otherwise, because we don't want to be involved in any type of situation like that either. And so what you have to realize is that when a piece of content is created anywhere, whether it's an audio file, a video file, a picture, a graphic, whatever it may be, inherently, according to United States federal law, as soon as that content is created, the creator of that content inherently owns it and has the right to prevent others from using it in almost all circumstances. That's it. And so we ran into this a lot when we were originally driving around the country and were picking up our first clients for Insider Perks. We were taking pictures at a lot of campgrounds, and inside our services agreement, it indicated that we owned the rights to use these pictures that we were taking, these videos that we were taking at the campgrounds. And it caused a lot of questions from some of those clients as to, why do you own the rights to them? And the truth of the matter is that even if we didn't want to, we do by default, because that's federal law. And so by signing the agreement, we were actually giving you something that you didn't have before, which is the rights to legally use those images and have it in a signed document that you can always have, even if we ever stop working for you or something like that. So it's really a protection on your behalf, and you need to make sure that you're getting this and you're obtaining this from any photographers that you have come take pictures at your park as well, because all the pictures that they're taking for you, even though you're paying for them, if there's no agreement that says you have a right to use those photos, you don't have a right to use those photos. But one of the more common causes is people trying to create content for social media, and they're just going to Google Images, they're going to different websites, and they're pulling off these images left and right and just resharing them or using them on their own Facebook pages, their own Instagram accounts, their own Twitter accounts, their own websites in some cases. And this is a huge no-no. You can't do this. There's no wiggle way around it. Yes, there are some images that you can get royalty-free, for free and for paid, and we'll discuss those in a minute, but you can't pull any of those from Google Images. You can't pull any of those off someone else's website. There, you have to go to a specialty website that outlines terms and conditions, that explicitly gives you a right, because the photographers have offered to resell their images through these platforms. And so you really need to make sure that if you're going to pull a picture off the internet, it has to be from one of these sites. No exception, or it has to be from someone who you have written permission to do so from. A couple of websites you can go to and check out. iStock.com is a good one we used to use. Shutterstock.com is a really popular one. And Getty Images is a very popular one as well. There are some budget options out there, but depending on how you want to market your campground, if you want to look the best, then sometimes it's worth spending a couple $100s a month on a subscription to some of these services to make sure that you're legally protected, because in the end, a couple $100s a month is nothing if you're facing a $10,000 plus lawsuit, and it can be much higher than that depending on where you've used it and how many people have viewed that image. So really appreciate you guys joining us again for more of a kind of serious topic today, but one that we really hope you guys will pay attention to and abide by in the future. So if you have any suggestions on content we should put in this video, feel free to email me, brian@cyrilmedia.com. More than happy to take your suggestions, advice, answer your questions. If you have something that you think other business owners, campground owners would find useful. So until then, we'll see you tomorrow.